Opening statement. Hey, true crime fans, ready to dive into the chilling world of America's most dangerous serial killers? Buckle up, because today I'm counting down the 10 deadliest serial killers in US history. These are the ones who sent shivers down the spine of the nation. 10. Gary Ridgway. Starting off with number 10, Gary Ridgway, also known as the Green River Killer. Ridgway confessed to murdering 71 women, mostly sex workers, in the Seattle area during the 1980s and 1990s. He preyed on the vulnerable, strangling his victims and dumping their bodies along the Green River. 9. Dennis Rader. At number 9, Dennis Rader, infamously known as the BTK Killer. BTK stands for Bind, Torture, Kill, which perfectly describes his modus operandi. From 1974 to 1991, Rader killed 10 people in Wichita, Kansas. He taunted the police and media with letters detailing his crimes, evading capture for decades. 8. Ted Bundy. Now onto a name that sends chills down everyone's spine. Ted Bundy, our number 8. Bundy was charming and manipulative, which allowed him to lure young women to their deaths. He confessed to 30 homicides across several states in the 1970s, but the true number of victims is still unknown. He was executed in 1989. 7. John Wayne Gacy. Coming in at number 7, John Wayne Gacy, the killer clown. Gacy lured at least 33 young men and boys to his home, where he would sexually assault and murder them. He buried most of his victims in the crawl space under his house. Gacy was executed in 1994 after years on death row. 6. Richard Ramirez. Our 6th spot goes to Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. During 1984 and 1985, Ramirez terrorized Los Angeles with a series of home invasions, brutal assaults, and murders. He was known for his satanic rituals and symbols left at crime scenes. Ramirez was convicted of 13 murders and sentenced to death, dying in prison in 2013. 5. Jeffrey Dahmer. Halfway through, we have Jeffrey Dahmer at number 5. Dahmer, also known as the Milwaukee Cannibal, murdered 17 young men and boys between 1978 and 1991. His crimes involved rape, dismemberment, necrophilia, and cannibalism. Dahmer was killed by a fellow inmate in 1994 while serving multiple life sentences. 4. Albert Fish. At number 4, we have Albert Fish, also known as the Brooklyn Vampire or the Moon Maniac. Fish was a sadistic predator who kidnapped, tortured, and cannibalized children in the early 1900s. He boasted about his crimes in letters to the victims' families. Fish was executed in 1936. 3. David Berkowitz. David Berkowitz, the son of Sam, takes the 3rd spot. Berkowitz terrorized New York City in the 1970s with his random shootings, killing 6 people and wounding 7 others. He claimed a demonic entity commanded him to kill. He was sentenced to 6 consecutive life terms and remains in prison. Taku. Ed Gein. In 2nd place is Ed Gein, the Butcher of Plainfield. Gein's gruesome crimes in the 1950s inspired many horror films. He exhumed corpses and made trophies and keepsakes from their bones and skin. Gein was convicted of murdering 2 women and spent the rest of his life in a mental institution. 1. H.H. Holmes. And finally, the number 1 spot goes to H.H. Holmes, America's first serial killer. Holmes's murder castle in Chicago was a house of horrors, complete with secret passages, trapdoors, and torture chambers. He confessed to 27 murders, though some estimates put the number much higher. Holmes was executed in 1896. Closing statement. There you have it, folks. The 10 deadliest serial killers in US history. These killers left a mark on history that we can never forget. If you found this video both chilling and enlightening, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more true crime stories. Stay safe and stay curious.